Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is many a true nerd, and welcome back to Oriental Empires, a game that has styled itself as Civilization meets Total War, and while it's not as good as either of those things, it's better than you'd probably think for a very young new dev team that's come along and made such a bloody audacious claim. So here we are in China. It's the Bronze Age, I'm pretty sure. We haven't actually got bronze yet. We're working on that right now. We're researching this exact flipping minute, and we have got ourselves 3 little towns forming our empire of the... Who are we again? I think we're the Shang, I can't remember. This is Yin, and then we've got the face of Bo down here, and then we've got Nunu Johnton up here. We're just scouting around, figuring out what's going on. We've got ourselves some, well, potential friends, potential enemies up here. It's got to be said that, yeah, we do indeed have another civilization we've run into. Not sure they necessarily want to be friends. The White Dai or the White D are apparently hostile to us right now, which is very, very sad indeed. And we just need to keep on exploring for the time being, figure out what's going on and where we want to expand to, and also try and figure out how to make some bloody money, because we're shy of money right now. We're really shy of money. In fact, actually, let's just go over to the books here. So our income right now is making 150 a turn off the royal estate. Fine, that's just kind of like free money you start with. And we're making 46 off taxes. Meanwhile, our expenses are, yeah, the army upkeep, the building upkeep, and that's about it. In fact, yeah, it's the building upkeep that's really expensive. And I'm guessing that is going to be the... that's going to be the palace, isn't it? Because over here at Yin, if we go over to this, no, the building we've already got constructed. Palace, yeah. Maintenance 80. So it does mean that we can train troops very, very fast indeed. If I need to, I can just basically... Oh, yeah. If I want to, this turn, I could get out 2 flipping noble axemen and 2 flipping peasant light spearmen all in one go. We could just have all 4 of them done immediately, and they'd be ready to go and ready to move out that same day. But as a result of that, we do pay for that level of security, and arguably maybe I shouldn't have got that palace up. It seemed like a sensible thing to do. Now it seems like it might be a bit on the risky side. Right, we've got ourselves some basic light spearmen over there defending themselves. Actually, you know what, you guys... As you are now a defensive format, I'm actually going to change your tactics. So if you get attacked, I would like you to just defend, okay? And that gives them a small defense bonus. Okay, so let's just get them doing that. Remember to change that later if we actually move them out on campaign. Meanwhile, you guys are... Okay, if you're coming down here, though actually... You could get up to here next turn, in theory. We just want to see what this guy does. If he just wanders off in this direction, that's fine. Yeah, you know what? I think we've got enough strength for now. You just actually get back on your way and keep exploring, please. Go and figure out what else is going on in the world. See if we can find some other friends. Because I feel like we've got a great big river around here that's probably forming a bit of a natural barrier. But I want to know what's going on over here in the west. What else have we got? Ah, we have got some new knowledge. The calendar has been invented. Well, that's marvellous, because that means now my authority is 3, which means the nobles will stop getting uppity at my 3 settlements. I'd say let's get horse domestication underway, actually, because we're going to need that in order to produce some nice light chariots and stables and whatever. Yes, yes, that strikes me as a good sort of thing. Light chariots. And let's just stick with you going to relieve the face of Bo and making sure everything's fine over there, at least for the time being. Meanwhile, over at Yin, if we're right, yes indeed, the noble unrest has just dropped quite significantly. It's only 27% right now. 16 people there. Ah! Nunu Johnton has jumped up to 4 and face of Bo is at 3. Good. My investment in population growth is paying off very, very nicely indeed. And that should slowly start getting the taxes up here. Good. Happy with that. In fact, you can literally see where my taxes are coming from right now. It's Yin's producing 32, Nunu Johnton producing 8, Face of Bo producing 6. So Nunu Johnton, its high growth rate is producing taxpayers. Now that I can deal with. Get some taxpayers into production. Yes, good, good, good. And if we just get some new stuff going on here, yeah, 13.2, this is just maxed out. We may as well just get some more flipping farms into production too. Make sure that while we're growing at 20%, every single person is getting a farm. And at this point, with 4 and 20% growth rate, we should actually be gaining, hopefully, a new person pretty much every turn now, which works for flipping me. Nunu Johnton's going to start being an economic powerhouse sooner rather than later. Meanwhile, at Yin, at this point, I'm not building anything. I'm just letting all 16 people farm, because that means they are producing new people, new taxpayers. That's what we need to invest in right now. We just need to focus on population growth. We've also got good growth going on at the face of Bow. Now, if I tell one of you guys to start working on a farm, okay, you're still growing. You are still growing. That's fine. So, 12%, a little bit on the slow side. Maybe... No, let's get up to 4. Let them focus on farming. Let them focus on growth. Stick by the strategy here. How about, as I'm a little bit concerned about the white dye here, I offer them some nice fraternal harmony. Okay, and apparently that's... Okay, currently a little bit in their favour. Right, what if I'm also willing to toss in a little bit of money? For not 100 though, bloody hell. Okay. Then, they don't take much gold to persuade this is a good idea. So for a single payment of 3 gold, let's get some fraternal harmony going on. Then I can basically say, screw it, I don't need to be garrisoning all my cities anymore, and I don't need to worry about them. I know they're just exploring. Assuming that is, fraternal harmony does actually mean... I wonder if that's actually, like, you know, binding. Can they just break that? Or is it like Stellaris, where if you make that agreement, for that number of turns, you are actually forced to stand by it? Hopefully they'll accept that. Let's just go for it. Let's just have peace for the time being. And we will accept no restraints on our action. Right, okay. What if I offer you a little bit more money for that? Like, what if I toss in an extra gold for 4 gold, and thus apparently that's very much in your favour? No, they're not going for it. Fine. Unfortunately, even though it's in their favour, they're not willing to take it. They clearly are not interested in peace, which probably is something I should be very worried about. Still, the power is listed as equal, so they don't seem like they're that strong next to us, so hopefully we'll be okay here. Yeah, just keep going up in this direction, have an explore up there. So, my general heads down in that... Oh! Excuse me. Excuse me. Hello? And where exactly do you think you're going? Okay, speed things up. What's he doing? What's he doing? What's he doing? Okay, walking out of my territory again. Oh! He just raided me! Is that 10? Yeah, that's war. Unfortunately, that counts as war. Okay, we got a war on our hands then. So, luckily, we do indeed have one thing over there, but it's probably not enough. Okay, call off the exploration for the time being. You fall back to the face of Bow in order to protect it. You're heading back over here to Yin to protect Yin. Yin is going to need a little bit of guarding. I mean, the one advantage we've got here is this guy's basically just showed up with his bodyguard and then not actually done anything. Also, due credit to these farmers over here. Alright, these are consummate professional farmers right flipping here. Because they're just watching this happening over here and they're just like, you know what? It's fine. It's 100% fine. We don't have to worry about it. So, land has been pillaged over here, unfortunately. So 1 hex has been pillaged and destroyed by hostile armies. You should raise armies and drive off rebels and bandits. And indeed, we might need to actually take out these bastards. So, we've got a war on our hands, and unfortunately, I'm not really sure I can afford it. Right, I think we need to make a quick change here, which is, ignore you bastards, go over technology. Over in knowledge, we're 11 turns off from horse riding. Go back over to bows. We'll get it faster and it will be more immediately useful. Because this doesn't actually give me horse units immediately. I need to have that in order to then go on to get light chariots or whatever. Like, I don't think I actually get, like, any horse units just for having the knowledge of horse domestication. It's just for, like, riding around on and looking fancy. Yeah, early means of riding and harnessing are crude, and we need additional developments to actually unlock their potential. So for the time being, just because we've got that, we won't actually get anything, but this will get us noble archers, which strikes me as useful. Okay, we unfortunately at this point need to just invest in some new troops, even though the economic situation is dire. But that's fine, as long as we don't actually do any big capital outlays, we should be okay. When I say we should be okay, I don't know if we're going to be okay, but fine. These nobles are... They cost 35, but noble axemen are pretty on the tough side. We could get 2 of them right now. Or for the same money, we could get 1 noble axeman and 2 peasant light spearmen, because they're only 15 each. Can't deny that seems tempting. I feel like we need a noble axeman. Yeah, because they're actually proper heavy hitters. So, recruit you. And, okay, we've just actually put you at the west gate, but whatever. Let's also get 2 peasant spearmen in here. Yeah. that shall hopefully be... We've now got an army in production. This is what the palace was for, damn it. We needed to train some stuff. So, return to the map. Lovely. So now we've got an army on the field, and I like how you can just zoom into them. Also, guys, can you just turn around, please? Thank you. Face your enemy. Now, what we probably want to do is start thinking about how we set these guys up. So you guys want to actually form a battle line and charge. Now, you guys, however, might want to do something else, which is you might want to actually try and outflank. Okay, so don't form into a battle line. Instead, skirt around the battlefield and try and attack the enemy from the flank. Okay, changes to attack or harass when in position. Cavalry and chariots with missile weapons and foot units entirely with missile weapons will skirmish away from threatening enemies. Okay, so you, my good man, are actually just deciding to actually not. Just for the sake of it being, you know, making sense. This guy is going to be my outflanking guy. You, however, are going to be my... I could have you... What does support mean? Support other units. Only move to attack enemy units that are very close or that are threatening or engaging with friends. No, I think actually we're fine for you to basically just get involved in an attack. Yeah, we'll have 2 units attacking and 1 of you actually outflanking. Now, I don't want to actually wait for the general to show up here, because if I do, it's going to take a while for him to actually get into position. What we could, however, say is... You could join in too. We've got Peasant Light Spearmen here. Is that going to be enough to take out... Actually, you know what? I can check how strong a bodyguard is. Hang on. You, my good man. A bodyguard is attack 11, defense 21. Ouch. That's quite a bit better than... Yeah, that is quite a bit better. Okay. I think we need to fall back and wait for our friends here. Though probably what I want to do is you want to fall back into the city, please. I should have just built them into the garrison. Get into the garrison and reinforce. If he wants to attack, that's okay. Meanwhile, over in Yin, yeah, we've now lost ourselves that, unfortunately. So, probably you guys, we've got, other activities, population farming. The population physically can't farm. Right. Presumably because, like, you know, there's bad guys here going on. Let's have a look to see what's going on here. Actually, no, let's figure out what these guys are doing. Labour. Unemployed times 4. Fine. So in which case, you guys, over on the other side from where the bad people are, can you just please get on with building some new farms around here? You just get on with that, lovely. Because right now we're just using up the unemployed people. So there's no reason not to be doing this. In fact, actually... You know what? Screw it. Let's actually expand our territory while we're getting on with it. Right, lovely. 3 new farms over here. Very, very nice indeed. As far away from... Actually, no. Okay, final time this time. You two, you're far away from here, and you're also far away from the enemy. Let's not build farms in this direction, because they might be coming from this direction. So, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you guys just get on with building some farms, because right now we are out of farms. So as a result, we're not being as efficient as we should be. Okay, that's fine. Get out of there at that point. We've got a decent-sized army here. You are now heading back over to here. You are heading to take over this area. This guy might head over towards Nunu Jonton, which is currently largely... I'm going to say largely, I mean entirely undefended. Okay. Time to start worrying about the... Ooh, hello. Hello. We have gone ourselves... Yep. Right, something's advancing into our territory. Get back to Nunu Jonton, like, in a flipping hurry. If you need to intercept these guys, I suspect... Yeah, they're just basic tribal light spearmen, so my bodyguard can easily take care of them. But can Nunu Jonton, now it's got 4 people, it can't recruit anything. Okay. Mild concern here. Continue just building flipping farms. Don't convert that to farmland. Let's start converting farmland over... like, here-ish, safely behind the city, or whatever. Right, keep it going. Keep it flipping going. Right, so, concerns, yes. So, reasonable to assume that if the enemy are going to attack us, they're likely to come from this direction, potentially round the mountains here, down towards Nunu Jonton. Fortunately, these forests and mountains will slow these guys down, or they might come straight at Yin. So we're going to have a decent army here. We need to kill this guy. The nice thing is that's 1 bodyguard on his own. If we can just take him out now, then that's basically an important family member dead when he's got no support whatsoever. So let's get my troops up here and just take care of that. And does anything else need to be done? No, that's just war. None of my technologies are finished. We're okay for the time being. Face of Bow, meanwhile. Let's just make sure we don't need to do anything here. Face of bone now growing 20% a turn, 4 people there. If that goes down to, aha. If I get some people just building farms, that's still at 16%. That's absolutely a-okay. Over to Nunu Johnson, you're building stuff too, and Yin's also building stuff, so you're producing new farms, because right now, farms are indeed a bit of a problem. Right, go back, let's see what happens next. So we know what's going to happen partly, which is my troops are going to retreat into the city. What are you doing, my good man? You utter bastards. This was a really nice place. Okay. Luckily, this hex didn't have anything for him to burn on it. And, does this one? No, neither does this one. Good, good, good. Now, where are you going? These farmers probably feel very bloody relieved, quite frankly. Still a bit of fire going on over there, but that's okay. This guy's ballsy. He's actually... Oh, battles in the north. Hello. Whoa, 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 whoa. What are you... Who's fighting what? Who's fighting? Hang on. We've got a battle going on here. Where's there a battle? Take me to the battle, please. We've got... Ah! Okay, I see. Right. So, my lads were... My actual bodyguards were... Oh, good. Good retreat. Good flipping retreat. Oh, they got scared. Right, so that little light spearman unit ran into my bodyguards, and my bodyguards slaughtered them because they're proper heavy infantry. So those lads are now running for the flipping hills. Gotcha. And my lads continue on their journey. Fine. So that works for me. That little kind of would-be attack against Nunu Johnson has failed. Okay, good, good. So they're backing off. We've had our first skirmish, which was a resounding victory for me. And then we've got these guys around here. Okay. So probably what we want to do is I want to join up all my forces in a second. Any other sign of trouble? No. Not yet. And that guy hasn't found anything to burn. Not just yet anyway. But my ki has apparently decreased. Why has my ki just gone down? The man's recovered from a grievous wound he suffered in battle. It's taken his toll. He will never be quite the same as before. Fine. So he used to be 4 ki. Now he's down to 3. So he's no longer as good, even though he won the battle, because he had to get involved personally, and he was injured. Right. Let's just get you in here, just in case there's another skirmish. Fine. So you just head in that direction. No problem. You are not doing anything right now. You can move 2 hexes. So what I probably want to do is you want to move there, and then everyone but one wants to move... The thing is, if he attacks the city, I want him to go to... Okay, can I use... Hang on, can I shift click? Yes, I can. I can shift click. Because what I want to do is... 1, 2, 3, 4. Because I want to stay away from him until I've rejoined the army. I don't want to risk a one-on-one encounter, because that's straight up just like, you know, an even match against each other. And once we get there, we'll also make sure we're facing the right way, damn it. There we go. So wherever he's going next... Ooh. If he's going down here, there's no garrison. Okay. Or... I could say 1, 2, and then everyone comes out. But if so, what if he then assaults the city? Yeah, because I don't know what happens if you assault a city where there's literally no garrison. That's a concern. And right now we're making very, very little money. Actually, if he heads down south, this guy can come over here, and he'll be in face of bow to provide at least some defense. Potentially, if we're lucky, he's just trying to get out of here right now. We'll need to watch out for that. Fine. So, battle report over here. Yes, indeed. We had... Oh, quite frankly, it's unlucky that he took a wound during that battle, because there were only 3 deaths. We did far, far flipping better, quite frankly. I mean, what's this guy like? He's... we're identical. 3 ki, 2 ren. So, no one's got the advantage. If I just basically go and attack him, then... Yeah, that's not going to work in our favour. Okay, I just need to basically... If he's going to sack another farm, he's going to sack another farm. Nothing I can do. Can I actually do anything to this area around here? Pillaged farmland. Can I clear that? I think I might need to actually have the research for clearage before I can even do that. And nothing I can do. Oh, hello. Hello. What's a shrine? 420... Increases peasant happiness by 10%, 1 cultural victory point. Okay. So that's what mountains are for. We can put little shrines on them. But not right now we can't, because that would be hitting like 80% of our remaining already tiny surplus. So let's not worry about that for the time being. Right, I assume that was a building that came out of one of the technologies I've just actually researched, because I didn't see that one before. Yes, indeed. Now we can put up shrines everywhere. So if we wanted to build a ton of shrines, then defend them, that might theoretically work for working towards... Oh, hello, what's this one? Oh, a monastery. Lardy flipping da. So peasant happiness is up, and also 2 cultural victory points. Okay, so if you want to go for cultural victory, you want temples and shrines everywhere. Gotcha. And that also helps with keeping peasant unhappiness under control. And fine, I'll play it safe and actually get this guy to rejoin the garrison in the city. Because if I have everyone leave the city, then there's a possibility he just walks straight in, and that would be a concern. Well, unless I just leave, say, the noble axeman in the city, and have everyone else join me outside, but it's not that much of an army. No, let's play it safe. I'm just going to have him move into the city, rejoin up with everyone. If this guy starts breaking south and making for the face of Bow, then we'll give chase. And we've just got to hope that these guys will be able to hold off if need be. You see, it's moments like this that make me wish Yin had walls. So probably I should just build some walls, because that's got no upkeep cost. And in all fairness, we've got people sitting on their hands doing nothing right now. So screw it, let's just get them doing that. So that's used up a fair whack of money, but the bare minimum, at least we'll actually have, you know, some way of defending ourselves in future, so we won't need to worry about people just walking straight in. Especially as we're now at war, and Yin is pretty much at the front line for several of their towns. So that's now in production, good. So anything else we need to worry about here? I mean, technically this guy could just chase these guys down and start threatening this area. We could see what happens. I mean, right now there's no units in this garrison, so we could see what happens if we decide to chase them. Yeah. You know what? Why not? Let's actually just start chasing these guys down and put a bit of pressure over here. That might chase him out of my territory if I start putting some pressure on his flipping towns. Right, time to see what happens next, because this could get dicey very, very fast indeed. So, slow it down. Right. I think he is indeed heading south, isn't he? And battle to the north. Okay, hang on. We do indeed have... I think we've got our rematch against these lads. So, in come my lads and in come these lads. But we've kicked their asses once and we'll do it the flip again. So, in come my nice axemen charging in. And these guys who are... Have you guys shown up wearing literally nothing but thongs and with your spears? Because if so, I wouldn't recommend what you're doing at this point. Yeah. I think we've basically just walked in and we've just smashed a couple of them in the face and now they're running away again. So, didn't work out for them. Right, back over here to this area. Yes. Okay. So, he is indeed making his move over towards the face of Bow right now. It's not impossible. He'll even take the face of Bow. But if he does take the face of Bow, then... Can he even make it there? Can he make it there this turn? Oh, I hope he can't. Battle of... Oh, no, the Battle of Ling Shu. Okay. What's going on over here? We've got... Is it this guy? Okay. Oh, no, we're taking on these guys again. How many more times do we have to take out the naked bastards? Right, so we're basically just going to keep going through here, whacking these bastards down. Lovely, lovely. Ah, wait, hang on. This feels like we're doing... They were doing a bit better that time. Possibly I'm a bit tired, because, you know, we've taken them on 3 times in a bloody row. Seriously, guys, give it the bloody hell up. Right. So they're backing off. Do we want to chase them a little bit more yet? No, I think we're good. Ah, the White D have changed their mind on the whole war situation. I see. Okay. I would say the most sensible thing we can do right now is agree. And then backstab them if their troops get the hell out of here. Because I'm worried about the fate of the face of Bow. I have built a decent army, and they have got 2 relatively unguarded settlements in extremely vulnerable positions. So, they're offering a single payment of 1, and they want to make peace as well. Okay, I'm just going to accept, just I'm worried about face of Bow. Okay, so pleased that you are agreeable. Well, maybe you shouldn't have started this stupid war, okay? Maybe you shouldn't have started this stupid bloody war. And by the way, we will still be sending troops down south to keep an eye on you, because I don't believe for 1 second you're actually going to flipping... You can attack this army without declaration of war since... Ah! Since it's inside my territory? Oh dear! Well, this works for me. Right, lads, good news. We're flipping going on a bit of a war. Right. Everyone down south, please. Can you all move 4, by the way? I think you can all move 4. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Block off his escape. Right. 1, 2, and then 3, 4. Right. If he wants to come back this way, we're taking him the bloody hell out, alright? He shouldn't be in my bloody territory. So you, just get in here as quick as you can, and change your facing to be defensive, to give yourself the defensive bonus. Thank you very much indeed, while you're inside the face of Bow. Lovely. Just stay around there, and my troops coming in. Because if he doesn't get out of my territory immediately, then as a result, we are just going to straight up murder him. Now, the farming situation. Face of Bow, even though we're actually building right now, is still growing at 18%. So pretty much going up 1 person per turn, give or take. That will flipping do very, very nicely indeed. And go on, let's just basically keep producing more and more farms. Now, what's going on in Nunu-Jonton? Nunu-Jonton is understandably very much under control for the time being. Lovely. And yeah, we're already kind of building new farms there. Problems with the surplus, however. Real problems with the surplus, meaning I can't afford to build any new buildings that have actual costs associated with them. And, okay, that's now fixed itself. Growth is now going up by 3.2%. We basically need to keep producing new farms because you've destroyed a lot of farmland. Basically, just keep producing farms forever, because until the game says you can't produce more farmland, you should still be producing farmland. So basically, Yin has a real shortfall of flipping farms, so let's just keep building them. Face of Bow is okay for the time being too. Okay, fine. Everything's under control. When I say under control, they're probably going to, like, you know, attack me later. Now, what's going on? Hello. Right. So, the White D has managed to scrounge together some tribal light spearmen, some more tribal light spearmen, and 1 bodyguard. I don't want to take him on, so I'm just going to back off over here as quick as you're flipping like over towards Nunu-Jonton, and you're going to fall back there. And I think everything's under control, because the game seems to sort of work on a really interesting, limited fog of war basis, which is once you've seen something, you can keep seeing it forever. There's no fog of war beyond, like, the very initial one. So, yeah, that's nice. We can now keep an eye on Lingsu forever. And what's going on over here, by the way? I think they've just trained some new units as well. But let's just get our troops back for the time being. Nunu-Jonton. At some point, I need to figure out why I can't train troops here. I can train troops here. Good. So it's something to do with population level. So at Nunu-Jonton, we do now have the ability to train a peasant militia if need be. So a peasant militia, together with a bodyguard, will be enough to hold at Nunu-Jonton for the time being, I would say. Lovely. Any new technologies? No, that's just new farms, and the battle report. So nothing major there. Nice. You're now backing off. My army's coming to take out this guy if he's not clever enough to get the hell out of my territory. Right the bloody hell now. All right, you stupid bastards, because you shouldn't have invaded. Right, that's a good thing to know. If someone's in my territory, I can kill them, and it's not an act of war because they were trespassing. Lovely. Very nice to know, in fact. And we now know also about the copper up here. But other than that, this looks like a not particularly nice area because it's very foresty, and forest needs to be chopped down before you can actually set up farmland on it. And also, I don't have the technology to chop down trees yet, so that needs to be researched. I haven't got to that. Okay, speaking of which, tech-wise, how are we doing right now? We've got Rammed Earth Wall is almost done. Bronze Making's getting there. Shamanism's getting there. Composite Bow's still a few turns off. Well, we've got this lovely big army. I think we should pull together our army and basically just set it marching north. And I want revenge against one of your towns. And I think I know which one. This one right here. This town's got some rhino, and it's got some wild game. That's a nice flipping town to have, so I think we'll be having that off these guys, and then we'll just basically just try and hold that. Because I think now, if we can just kill this guy now especially, and then this guy backs off over here, and a couple of units potentially following, so I don't really believe their peace offering is particularly sincere, then we can probably march our main army straight up over here. Whatever this town is, we will simply take that. Beautiful. Now, anything else we actually need to do this turn, or are we just basically rebuilding and chasing? I think we're under control. Now, the real question is, having actually made peace, are they immediately going to declare war again by attacking the Face of Bow? I'm not sure. Potentially, that's exactly what they're going to do, yes. And the answer is no. Okay. He seems to be moving around our troops and out of our territory. But that's interesting. I don't like him being there. I don't like him being there on his own, because it means if I take my big old army and just march it north right now, then he could just immediately attack Face of Bow in retaliation and would probably win. Right, but where are their troops? Okay, some of their garrison has fallen back to here. There's no sign of a pursuit over here. They've got noble axemen there. They've got something over here. If I was to bring everything I had, I could take that. And then we've got just some basic peasants on defensive duties over here. And this guy, unfortunately, is unlikely to be able to get down towards Face of Bow to reinforce it in time. I would say, as we now know, there's a very good chance, yes, some of their strength's there, some of it's here. They're not going to have that much of an army. We should probably just start marching in this direction and see what comes up, quite frankly. But if I actually just march over to here, that's as far as I can get this turn. I've still got 37... profit this turn. Screw it. Let's just see what else we can train here. I've got I don't have any more of you, but I do have some noble axemen. And the noble... wait. Okay, this works. Noble axemen. Now, I know this completely screws the flipping deficit, but we're going on a war footing, quite frankly. One unit of noble axemen that can join up with these guys means, as a result, I can send one unit of noble axemen instead down here to the Face of Bow. And that means the Face of Bow is now under control. The new noble axeman can stand here. You've already been trained. Sorry, I should have done that. You will now move round to here, join up with this army, and with that strength, Face of Bow's under control. And then we'll just watch this guy to see what he does next. So I don't want to declare war on him until I'm ready to attack their town. But for the most part, we want to just basically start marching as soon as possible. There's no garrison here at all. And Yin is soon going to have a flipping... Yeah, hang on. How soon until it's got itself its walls? 2 turns, is it? Yeah, 2 turns. It'll have its little stockade. That's alright. Now, any chance we can actually afford at the Face of Bow the same if we wanted to do that? That is... No, can't quite afford that. That's 750. Kind of wish we had now, because at this point we've got flipping enemy generals sniffing around. And Ling Shu has just picked up a flipping barricade. Okay, but their capital weirdly hasn't. So that's fine. In which case, I suspect they've just spent a fair amount of money on that. Like, their economic situation is probably similar to ours. So as a result, if they've just got the barricade up there, they probably don't have it up here. They've actually got a really susceptible and open front right here, which I like. Yeah, I think we're in control, actually. We've made some progress on power as well. We've got the rammed earth wall, if that's what we want, and that opens the way to roads. Nice, good old roads, and also flood controls. No, roads. I flipping want roads, damn it. Let's get some roads into production here. Right, time to see what you're doing next. You seem to be... I think you're just trying to make it home. I think he's just trying to skirt around the outside of our territory and make it home. Nothing major. Nothing major. Settler. Wait, what? What do you mean settler? A settler is available here for... Oh, okay, sorry. That's just available for recruitment. Fine, because the population's got high enough. Good. It's not we've just trained a settler by accident. That's good to know. Now, at this point, the surplus is dead. So, I kind of need to do a good job in this war right here in order to get some form of, like, you know, war money we can extort from them. Because if I don't, then pretty much we're bankrupt. But on the plus side, we've got farms coming in. We've got farms all over the shop. So, the growth rate should be under control. Yeah. Face of Bow. Let's just get more and more farms in production here. Lovely. Plenty of farms. That money's going up. Money at Yin is kind of static at the minute because we lost some farmland and whatever. Meanwhile, at Nunu Jonton, yeah, just keep getting as many new farms in as you can. That's got to flipping 10. Okay, wow. That could at some point, because just because of the extra growth rate off the wild animals, I can see a situation where Nunu Jonton is going to be flipping bigger than our main actual settlement, our main capital in the not too distant future. And that's before we even got the flipping fish. If I just placed it one more hex up here, we'd actually even have more growth rate right now. But equally, it's already kind of capped at 20%, so it actually wouldn't have made any difference at all. So that's fine. In which case, the Grand Imperial Army is now, as we said, now just going to start marching over in this direction. Even if we don't actually intend to attack them, I would like to just scare them a little bit. No, around here. Lovely. So that's just 4 in this direction. Very, very nice indeed. And yeah, that will do for me, I would say. Over here in the Face of Bow, we've got ourselves these 2. I could have this guy move north. We've got this here, and then... Actually, yeah. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have you move north to here. And I'm going to have you actually just move to here. And you join up with them. So I want him to join up with that force. And then if need be, I'll just move around the heavy axemen where they need to be. I feel like an axeman and a spearman together, assuming they're just in the right place, will be able to handle this. He's going to be stuck going the long way round because he doesn't dare go through my territory now because he knows I can just attack him anytime I want to. The axeman, I think, defensively can handle that as well. Fine. That's under control. You are now going to be here and you can just hang out here. Can you actually just cross the river, by the way? You can, but not onto that cliff. You need to go over this way, and the forest really slow you down, as does the river. So let's not worry about that. You just get over here into New Johnton and just mind the place. Make sure, because I don't know what's going on over here. There might be a massive army over here for all I flipping know. Though actually, now I know it's probably going to be slowed down. Because anything that wants to attack from this direction has to come through this forest, over this river. We will have time to respond. So that's fine, as we can now actually train some troops there. Right, begin the movement. We're moving into a war footing here. So he's now... he's heading further south. Well, that's just intriguing, isn't it? Yes. Good, good, good. Now, into winter. Everyone takes their turn. Militia and noble units have no cost to recruit. Yes, I know, I know. Look, we're going to war right now, okay? We've actually got a flipping army going on here. Oh, hang on. You shouldn't be in that mode anymore. Let's just have... yeah, 2 of you on kind of like skirmishy, ambushy mode. Yeah, 2 of you on outflanky modes, and then all the rest of you on actual attacky modes. That works for me. And now we can just start moving you all in this direction. So, hang on, no, you. 1, 2, 3, 4. Lovely. And 1 spear goes over to here to provide an actual, garrison for Yin. This goes, hello, we've got, some basic bandits. Okay, we got some bandits going on over here. Fine, there might be a little bit more going on. If we're lucky, these 2 will fight each other. So we've got some bandits coming from somewhere over here. I kind of assumed right here was just more river. But possibly the river, like, does a big loop round here. There might be loads of space. I'm not sure if bandit camps are a thing like they are in Civ. Quite possibly they are. This is interesting. I can't have more than 4 units in a battle line. Okay, so one of my spear guys... this guy is at the back, because he's part of a secondary line. I see. So if I bring both my... no, hang on. What if I want to only have... oh, maybe you're kind of stuck with 4 in line if that's available. Yeah, let's have one of my skirmishing or outflanking spear lads at the back. And my toughest, meatiest guys at the front. That works for me. Actually, we have just got enough money here. Screw it. Face of Bow, you're growing at a decent rate right now. Can you please get on with just building some wooden palisades? I'm concerned, and that's... it's kind of knackered your growth rate a little bit, but it's worth it. At this point, we've got, 4 people farming, 4 building. It'll do. It's fine. I just want the... I've kind of spent, like, literally all the money now, but we will actually have some decent defences on our core provinces right now. And New Johnton strikes me sufficiently out of the way, it's okay. Right. So, new situation here. Let's just get everyone moving around here. Slow it down. You're heading over in this direction. Yeah, you're just heading way over there. My lads are over here. Redrawing up there. And character. You can always have at least 1 and usually 1 name character control, which is your faction leader. Okay, possibly that's this guy. I don't know. Are you my faction leader, by the way? Hang on. Yi Lun. Yeah, he's the faction leader. Marvellous. And we've also made some good progress in the sciences here. So, bronze making is done. We can now actually get a foundry going on. Very, very nice indeed. Let's get the mining ready to go. That feels like a good sort of thing ready to go. But actually, if we want to trade, we don't actually have anywhere to mine yet. That's the flipping thing. So, but actually, it feels like it kind of will be important, doesn't it? Or an armourer. We definitely can't afford that. Yeah, we need to focus on stuff that will make us money, even if the opportunity hasn't shown up yet. We totally will mine at some point. Meanwhile, over here, this is now done. That's culture +1. We've actually got some flipping culture now. Authority +1. Yeah, authority +1 leading down into culture +2 plus a she, whatever that is. Yeah, let's research turtles. And hello over there. We have got ourselves a tribal light spearman of you bastards who claimed you wanted peace hanging out right here outside our town. Well, bloody lucky that we have got some nice heavy bodyguards right here to defend the place, isn't it? So why don't you just come and have a flipping go if you fancy it, you stupid bastards. Right, end the turn. We're getting closer and closer here. My army's on the move. Oh, but something's moving over there too. That is some tribal light spearmen. We're getting closer and closer to them. What is that over there? That is a... noble axeman. Okay. They're totally sending their troops over here. Those troops are now in my territory. They might be about to attack me. Do we actually have a battle on the cards here? And where are you, by the way? You are... Ah, you've crossed the river and naffed off way over there. Fine. So, we're not in their territory right now. So, if they attack me, they've begun this war. So, it's their own flipping fault. Okay? There's Noble Axeman. And we can actually attack these guys without penalty. Right, now. Need to figure out what's going on here. Because this is where it all gets dicey. And we've also just mastered the composite bow. Bit late for this war, but whatever. It's nice that we've got the thing. At this point, is there anything else we can do in knowledge that's useful? Authority +1. I've already got some more authority +1 coming in. Screw it. Let's get back on horses. Now the bowmen are ready to go. Let's get back on the horses. Ah, and Yin has actually picked up a little barricade too. Oh, hang on. Ooh. Hello. Tribal Light Spearmen. Tribal Light Spearmen. Tribal Light Spearmen. Right. So, this actually works. What's going on here is they have basically snuck a few big units over towards me right here. And also, that's Noble Axeman. That's Tribal Light Spearman. That's Noble Axeman. They have committed a significant portion of their army over here, where Tribal Light Spearmen will never be able to get past Nunu Jonton. Okay, this still works. Also... where'd this come from? Hello! We're actually making some flipping money here. Oh, yeah. We've suddenly started making some actual money. People's contribution is going up. Oh, yeah. Nunu Jonton is starting to pay for itself. That growth rate has seriously paid off. Nunu Jonton's up to 17 people. Yin's only at 20. And Nunu Jonton's still growing at 15%. Yin's flipping only growing at 6. Nunu Jonton will very soon be our biggest territory. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's paying off. That's flipping paying off. And as we've actually got ourselves the ability to... yeah, screw it. We need to actually get ourselves one... oh, I could get Noble Axeman. No, that might be overkill. That might be overkill. Go over to the garrison here, please. Garrison, we've got this guy who's really tough. And some peasant militia to back him up. Yeah, that's going to be worth it. 2 units where one of them's heavy. That's enough. So leave that for the time being. Yes, so we've got that over there. Now we've got ourselves a decent group of people. If they start attacking us, we just basically charge out and deal with them at this point. But actually, screw it, we can do it now. That's not a declaration of war, because they're in my territory. What's also kind of interesting is... 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I can't quite get to them this turn, but... I could attack these bastards. I could attack these guys right flipping now and say, screw you, this is war. Now, if I do, I can probably, if this town doesn't have walls, which I don't know whether it does or not, I can get into that town before these Noble Axemen can make it home. These light tribal spearmen we know can't really stand up to anything, and we've got some heavy units. There's one isolated unit of Noble Axemen right here, who are probably a little bit suspicious about what's going on. We can basically just surround them and knacker them from all sides, and just basically take them out of the fight right now. And then we just get around here, and if this town's not got a barricade, and I suspect it might not, because this town is, yeah, this town's got itself some decent flipping defense over there, in terms of a garrison. This town's got... no garrison, but it's got the walls. I suspect they don't have walls over here. Okay, first up, I know for a fact, actually it's... okay, screw it. What I'm actually going to say right now is just for safety, as there is actually a big force going on over here, and this is not an act of war whatso-flipping-ever, I'm having one more peasant militia over here, okay, in the garrison. Lovely. Right, out of that... and one of you is going to be put into flanking, because that strikes me as a good thing for you to do. So you just outflank. Thank you very much indeed. Now, ride out and take out this guy before he starts causing trouble. But bear in mind, one of them stays here to guard the city. No, just to here. They want to come and attack me, that's fine. And we've got one unit still inside Nunu Jonton who can actually hold off if need be. Don't let them group together. Okay, that's absolutely 100% fine. Meanwhile, I would say probably the best thing we could do would be... okay, you recently made peace. Attacking them so soon would be a grave breach of trust. Okay, rather than declare war on them, I could basically just march straight over here and just basically be in a position to attack their town next turn. I'm going to move to, no, here, and then here. Okay, and then I'm going to change my facing to be facing these lads, just in case they cause trouble for me. Okay, that strikes me as sensible. We're not declaring war, we're just moving over here. We're just going to move over here, see what's in this town, and decide whether or not we actually want to pull this off or not. We may or may not want to actually do this. Okay, but this guy's fair game. He invaded me, screw him. So, also, just make sure we're still doing good work on the old farms. Yep, farms being produced, farms being produced, farms being produced. Lovely. Everything's under control. And we haven't got any new science to go in. No, that's fine. It's telling me that I could train settlers at Yin, but I don't need to. It's fine. And is this summer? Are we heading into autumn or possibly winter? Right. Let's see what's going on here. So, these guys move over into this position. They might be about to... I think they're attacking me anyway. Yeah, they're attacking me anyway. Fine, we're just getting involved. They decided to attack me. I did not start this war. That is not my problem. Right. So, my lads need to get involved, please. Everyone around the outside, come on, get in. Get in up the side of them. We need to actually get and support them. You interested in getting involved? Like, I know we've got some... There we go! The encircling lads finally decided to get involved here. Now, at this point, we have got a whole bunch of encircling going on. These guys will probably run into a bit of trouble. Those are just noble axemen. In come some more guys backing up, and they decide to back off. I did not start that war. I was moving very carefully around them, and they actually do have... they've got walls up there. They've got walls up there, but we've won a good early victory against them. Okay, that's absolutely fine. Meanwhile, over here, we've got ourselves another fight going on down here. And once again, as we expected, they're just running straight off. Lovely. Beautiful, in fact. But actually, where's my... I swear I came outside with some flipping lads. Oh, they actually brought in reinforcements, and we just slaughtered them. Fine, they managed to bring in... Oh, they had way more units than I was expecting. Oh, they've got a lot of battles over here. Right, hang on. Back over to Ling Shao, where apparently more stuff is happening. Now, what's going on over here? Who's actually taking me on over here? It's, more noble axemen. I think it's the same noble axemen, in fact. But now we're just sort of spreading out. Where are you guys going, by the way? I think we've already kind of got you encircled. Right now, it's 232 versus 11. So, alright, is that my own noble axemen or is that my general? If anyone wants to help out, they're down to 9. And if you guys want to do something too... Anyone want to help out? Okay, they're backing off. They're backing off at this point. Lovely. So they're a little bit on the screwed side. And we have got sight of the settlement of Pingshan, which has no units in its garrison. And some tribal light spearmen over there. So, good starting point. Good starting point. They're just backing away at this point. And my troops are looking pretty strong. Still in a good position. And I've got plenty of spearmen. And I've still got the heavy lads. And they're just fleeing out into that. It's not the ocean. It's just we don't know what it is yet. Okay. Meanwhile, back over here. What's going on? Oh, there's many, many units. But they've committed a lot of strength to this pointless endeavour. Fine. This works for me. Anything else over here now? No. At this point, my units are ready to begin the siege of Pingshan. Alright. I quite like how all the battles happen, like, you know, simultaneously and all of that. But equally, it's a little bit confusing, because it means battles are happening simultaneously and you can't always watch them. Sometimes it's a bit confusing what's going on, as units aren't always that visually distinct from each other. Luckily, you, my good man, have managed to pick up some extra ki, because you actually enjoyed doing that. Beautiful. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. He's not recovered from his wounds. He has renewed drive and a zest for life. So now, units under his command, even flipping better. Marvellous. We've got some extra farms. Battle reports here. Good, good, good. So, narrow victory in the Battle of Ling Shao. So that is us versus the White Die, understandably. So, we got more kills in. I'm guessing that was just against their noble axemen. Fine. So, very few survivors there. That works for me. Then, in the Battle of Nunu Johnson, however, this worked much, much better. We brought ourselves infantry and infantry... Okay, fine. So one of them did indeed try and attack my infantry back in the city, but my basic infantry did an excellent job, held off really, really nicely, got themselves 42 kills. These guys only got 24 kills, so those guys have all been driven off. Good, good, good. And another battle report over here. That one was a much more clear victory. I think that was just the survivors of the noble axemen who came in with 11 and only 5 of them walked away. So they gave up again afterwards. Fine. So they tried to come in. Didn't work out so hot for them. And now it's a new turn. What have we got here? My goodness, is that a town that's got no flipping garrison and basically nothing around here except one tribal light spearman and some flipping noble axemen? Well, that's a bloody shame, isn't it? And meanwhile over here we've got ourselves tribal light archers, and those are just light spearmen and more light spearmen, and that's a couple of archer units, and oh yeah, they kind of want New Jonton, don't they? New Jonton, sorry. I feel like potentially over in New Jonton we might want to just potentially get some extra troops in production, just so we've got a little bit of heavier stuff here. The situation in New Jonton is looking a little bit risky, albeit the situation close by to Ping Shan is looking much, much better. So, looks like potentially they're going to attack one of mine, I'm going to attack one of theirs. Screw it. I'm getting noble in production. We're growing fast, we've got taxes coming in here. Let's get that in. With 4 units inside a city, I think we're going to be okay. Meanwhile, Yin and very soon Face of Bow are going to be under control. I assume that's still 2 off, in fact. Okay, fine. That's still 2 off, but at Yin, that is already done. Very, very nice indeed. And at this point, if I want to trade, I'm going to need to have to start building some trade facilities. I could also produce foundries for producing bronze for trade. Okay. And the cost of that is not that great. Then we've got some bow stuff here. I'm going to need a bazaar if I want to actually do some trade. Overland trade within 12 hexes. Trade value multiplier ×2. And produces items for trade, as well as increasing internal trade by 50%. Right. We might have to start thinking about our economy very soon, ladies and gentlemen. But first, we need to actually, you know, win the flipping war, because they're bringing in archers. And if those archers have fire arrows, I don't think they will, because fire arrows are... I'm pretty sure I saw that in the tech tree. It's in power. So you get basic archers, but then you get much further down. There's like some fire arrows or something. Hang on, where is it? Yeah, there we are. Flaming pitch. So that's such a long way down the knowledge tree. They can't have that yet. So though they've got some indirect fire, they are not actually going to have the ability to burn down my walls yet. So my walls will keep me safe for the time being at least. But we have got ourselves a war to wrap up, and then after that I would say probably an economy to actually kick off. Yin is going to be needing some stuff building, and we need to actually make sure we've got enough money out of this war to bloody pay for it. Potentially by carrying literally everything of value away from Ping Shan. So, we will see about that tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John, this has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been Oriental Empires. Thank you very much, and goodbye. You know, I really hope we've agreed open borders with Japan, by the way. Otherwise, they have basically just invaded. I may have picked the wrong fight over... Yep. And my cities, of course, have got even more flipping high-tech. They're mysteriously still completely dependent on, you know, an aqueduct. Now, I'm not saying your entire army is mostly already dead, but it kind of actually is.